So I don't really know anything about this game, uh, except what's listed um, on the on its store page. So I can't give much in the way of information there. That said, I have been told that there is some sensitive stuff in this game, some tough topics. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you would like some content warnings, you will find those lifted. You'll find those listed at the bottom of the description after all the credits and everything, just right there at the bottom. You can check that and spoil yourself a little bit if that is something that you want. But yeah, okay. I mean, this is beautiful. It's been a while since we did a menu critique or a menu analysis. The title of this game is The First Tree. Obviously, there's a very like natural foresty vibe here, and like the menu design itself is very minimalist. It's another one of these where press enter. Okay, there we go. It's another one of these where it's just like a couple options here on the left, and then most of the screen is taken up by sort of a panorama. Is that the right word? A diorama? I don't know. A display of things. But something that's interesting here is that these are some weird-ass colors for a forest. Like, the trees are blue. You got some, like, purple bushes. The sky's all teal. Which looks great. Like, visually is great. But isn't necessarily, like, this isn't photorealistic. It's definitely stylized. And it's stylized in a way that isn't even necessarily representative of real life because of these color shifts. It applies a sense of otherworldliness to it, which I'm sort of expecting will be reinforced by the game itself. And then so I opened this game long enough to like go into the options, discover that there are no sound settings, and turn on subtitles. And that's pretty much it. And so what I didn't notice when I did that was that we have a fox here, and then we have a bunch of like smaller foxes, like baby foxes, over here. So that gives a sort of family vibe. And I know that there's a component of family to the core of the story. I know that much, that like family is an important topic for this game. And so I'm interested to see how this ends up acting as a metaphor for what's being talked about in the game. And yeah, without any further ado, let's hit this new game button and get going. Paw Prints. Oh, we're in the game. It looks like.
Are you awake? I thought I heard you get up.
Yeah, I'm awake. Sorry, I just can't sleep.
Are you thinking about him?
Yeah, a bit. You should get back to sleep, my love. I'm fine.
This feels like a controller
No, it's
game,
okay.
so I'm gonna plug in my controller.
What else is on your mind?
I don't know, it seems weird, but I had one of the most vivid dreams of my life. I saw a fox on a snowy mountain.
That's us.
Just looking confused and worried. Those eyes. I can't get those eyes out of my head. She was running in the windy snow, looking for something.
Do you think it has to do with you and what's been going on?
I don't know.
Okay, we can jump.
It was just a dream, Rachel. They're not meant to make sense. A lot's happened the past couple days, that's all.
Well, if you're not going to sleep anyway, you should tell me. I want to hear.
Ah.
All right.
Okay, we can run, we can jump. We're on a mountain. Let me bring my camera back now. Yeah, okay, so this is a dream. This is our character's dream, I suppose. Whoa! Look at all the way down there. Also, importantly, this game was created by a one-person team, a solo developer. Which I think sort of shows in the like scope of the game. But so far, double jump. Oh, look at us go! Zoom. Neum. Okay, is this just toggle? It is just a toggle, great. Oh, we can just double jump, we don't need to like kick off of something. Cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop trying to do fox parkour. And we're gonna go explore over here. It's very pretty. I like the clouds a lot. We're running. These flowers look a little, or this bush looks a little different. Hello? Hello? Okay, no, it's just a bush. Oh, and there's an invisible wall. Oh, what's this? Real quick, I'm gonna double check the controls. Can I double check the controls? I cannot. Okay, let's turn the camera sensitivity up a bit. And then, well, that's a neat little find, but I don't really know what that means yet. Some cinder blocks and some like beach chairs. I guess we'll find out about that later. Maybe. Let's keep going toward the sun, since that seems to be the way forward. As much as I want to check every single nook and cranny, if we did that, we'd be here forever. Well, actually, there's something over here. It's like a little pond, maybe a bridge? Oh, no, picnic table. Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, that's neat. I'm feeling like I'm missing something. But I've been pressing buttons, just in case. They don't appear to be doing anything, so we're just gonna keep going forward until someone talks again. That's my plan. As interesting as it is to go off to the sides and look at the things there, that doesn't appear to be what the game actually wants us to do. Oh, hello. Oh.
So, not far from her home, she followed that path to something unexpected.
That's sad. Okay.
She couldn't stay, though. She had to find her other 2 children. So she took that path. She followed it towards something ancient. Something with answers.
Hmm. The first tree. Interesting.
The fox looked high and low, searching for any sign of her cubs. Points of light showed the way to this ancient tree. It was as if each one had a story to tell, all their own. The land was trying to tell my story, too. I felt like I was right behind her the whole time.
This is gorgeous. Hello, bunnies. Whoa! Yeah, running seems to be faster than jumping. So we will stick to the running. Oh, that's a shiny. What's this? What are you? Verb? And it is... What's this?
As a kid, did you ever do show and tell in your class?
Yeah, I think I only did it once, when I was in the 4th grade. You know how my life was around then. I wanted to show my class what helped pass the time and distracted me, so I brought a dozen paper cranes I had made. I think I told everyone how badly I wanted to be a bird and fly, embarrassingly enough.
Don't be embarrassed. Every kid wants to fly. For me, it was another toy from my dad, a wooden boat. I remember guarding it so carefully in my hands as I walked into class. When I sat down, a group of boys immediately made fun of it. They asked which trash can I found it in.
Whoa!
An ugly log was my favorite toy.
Rude.
When I got up, I didn't even want to tell them my dad had carved it. I said it was a joke gift my friends had given me.
Kids can be so cruel.
Some of them are. I shouldn't have let them get to me, but it did.
Not your
It's
fault,
amazing
dude.
we bounced back at all.
What are these? More of these points? Okay, we have 8 of those. So it seems like we're gathering these points and going to points of interest in order to unlock more of this conversation. I will say that otherworldly aspect that I mentioned when we were looking at the title screen does make a whole lot of sense, knowing that this is this character's dream. So what's this gonna be?
Usually those kids would leave me alone, but somehow they could tell I was different. They made fun of how far away I lived. They called my dad a sourdough. I was a blabbermouth as a
Sourdough?
kid, telling my dad stories I made up for hours. After that show and tell, I didn't
Legit
tell him
tank.
much anymore. He He didn't know exactly what was wrong, but his best guess was that the toys he carved weren't cool enough. He carved me a tank and tried to tell me what it was like to be in a real tank as a serviceman.
I didn't know your dad was in the military.
Yeah, in the army. The sad thing is that I've pretty much forgotten until just now. There's so much I still don't know about him.
I'm sorry. He knows how much you love him. You're going to see him again soon and have some closure, I'm sure.
Hey, jump up the mountain. Up. Up! Curses. There's stuff up there, so there must be a way. Maybe here? It's promising. Yeah, here we go. Swoop. Flying fox. Horse. It's 13. Doesn't look like there's anything else up that way. Woo! No fall damage, hell yeah. Love to see it. I'm tempted to go back to those locations at the beginning to see if they have any of these memories associated with them. This is pretty. Up and over. Who needs to go around stuff when you're a fox with double jump, am I right?
Do you remember what my dad did for a living?
Trains?
Wasn't he like a lumberjack?
That's one way of putting it. If wood was a canvas, then a carving knife was his paintbrush. Even after working a 50-hour week, even after his hands were more splinters than skin, he would bring home the nicest piece of Alaskan weeping cedar and make me toys. That wooden train was the first toy I can remember, and I loved it. I just knew from a young age I was going to be a lumberjack, like my father.
Lumberjack. That's 16. Making quick progress, I think. I don't know how much there is to find. There's some stuff over here. What are you? It's like a big troop transport. Two up here. Getting to them looks like a bit of a challenge. There we go. Ooh, there's a thing over there too. Let's... Eh. Ah, shit. Well, we'll come back for that. Oh, damn. Okay, we can loop around. What is this? Cardboard box. With some drawings on it. Got sort of like a kid's pretend spaceship or time machine, Calvin and Hobbesy vibe to it. What are you?
The older I got, the more I withdrew. I asked myself, why talk to anybody anyway? Why bother when I'm happy by myself? I started drawing a lot, mostly animals I saw in the woods by my home. I then imagined designing my own hideouts with things like TVs and pantries full of chips and cookies. I think that idea of leaving home and drawing blueprints started my career. I found a lot of solace in that.
I'm not surprised, but I did the same thing, you know? There's something special about having a place to call your own.
And now look at us. Well, if you count renting in an overpriced city.
It's as close as we can get for now.
There's like a swing here. Angry duck hat. We're at 20 of these tokens. God, what a color palette. $23. Oh, shit. Can I go back? Something tells me no. Dang it! I was gonna go back to look at those first two spots. Nope. No going back. Okay. Looks like we're on into, like, spring now?
My teenage years were full of sketching, angst, and trouble. I wasn't popular or unpopular. Maybe just forgettable. I guess that gave me a sense of freedom. So I hung out with crazy kids, doing crazy things, even though I mostly just watched the chaos ensue.
Fireworks.
We did it all. Put fireworks in mailboxes, hide roadkill in people's garages.
Oh my
break
god.
windows of the barber shop in Anchorage. My dad was furious, but he was so busy working he couldn't do much to stop me from going out.
I think being an adult means there's no one to stop you making hard decisions. He had to make a living, and he couldn't be in two places at once.
Yeah, I realize that now.
There we go.
But at the time, I was sure he was more interested in growing his business than what was going on with me.
That's a hard feeling. And like, to an extent, I think, you know... What? Butterfly circle plus double jump. Butterfly circle? Oh, that's over there? Probably? Ah! Ah! I'm stuck. Okay, we're going around this way. Like, there are some shitty parts of capitalism, which is to say all of them. But one of them is that people often have to set aside important stuff, like, you know, their family, in order to survive. Which is fucking harsh. Let's go over here. But additionally, like, people should be more than just their family. People should be... Whoa! Woo! Okay, so butterflies can give us an even bigger jump. Otter Lake. Police station. Some faces. Some, police reports, it looks like. I guess our, friendo here got himself into some trouble?
He was working another late night, and my friends were over, saying how bored they were and how they had come all the way out to my house for nothing. One of them mentioned how that old, ugly beyond belief truck was still in the garage, and how we should take it for a spin. I was only 15, so I kind of fought it for a while. The next thing I knew, we were careening around the mountain path, rocks spitting onto the sides of the cliff, while my dad's cringeworthy bluegrass blared out the speakers. I drove while my friends were in the back of that yellow and purple truck, throwing beer bottles and trash at anything remotely interesting. Felt like I was soaring in the air with borrowed wings. But all good things have endings. A cop outside of Eagle River pulled us over after he saw us in a bottle rocket into someone's yard. What followed was a long night of talking to disappointed adults and feeling smaller than ever.
Over here and do a jump. Yeah. There we go. Nice. I guess that's how we're supposed to get up here. Anything down there? No. I'll be real, this guy sounds like he was kind of a pain in the ass as a kid. 40! Hell yeah. Somewhere back there? No, I'm just seeing a plant. Yeet! There it is. Oh, come on. Can we get multiples of these? I like grab this and this one. Ah, we can. Okay. Interesting. Fox, indeed! Hello, Kiana. We are a dream fox. Ah, you're kidding me. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's grab you. One is not enough. Okay. Maybe if we get all three. Ooh, there's a thing over there, though. Okay, let's grab this and head over there. Boop. Hello?
After he drove me home from the police station, I blew up at him, saying how I never wanted to be like him, how I was gonna be someone and leave that hick icebox for good. He just looked forward at the road with tired eyes. I took out that bluegrass tape from the cassette deck and chucked it out the window.
Whoa!
In my sage teenage wisdom, I thought I proved the ultimate point. But my dad had a different idea. He slammed the brakes, slowly bowed his head while gripping the steering wheel, and finally looked at me. All he said, like it was a polite request, was, "Make this right." I sat there in silence, fuming, but I eventually got out and combed every square inch of the woods, muttering profanity after profanity. I found it 30 minutes later, near a small waterfall off the road. I went back to the truck, put the wet tape back in, and sure enough it worked. We didn't speak another word to each other the rest of the night.
Wow, I knew you were a crazy teenager, but...
It's hard to believe, isn't it? It surprises me too. It's like I didn't really know who that kid was back then. I bet my dad thought the same thing over and over. It's almost like he was saying, "Make this right," to himself, more than to me. My friends would laugh about that night and talk about how crazy it was. And I laughed along, pretending it didn't bother me. But it did. I imagined my friends growing old in the bush, unable to find that thrill in those godforsaken ice fields. It's like those mountains were a literal wall, keeping me from leaving, where all I would have to look forward to are lumber yards and evening beers. I had to climb over. That was my only goal for a long time.
It's interesting that had to climb over is both like, obviously it's narrative, like important emotional moment for this character, but also that's literally what you have to do next. So I'm thinking we get all 3 of these, so we get a pretty hefty jump boost, and maybe we'll be able to get over this thing. Be able to get over the wall. Hello, Orion! Yes, Fox. Fox and Feels. Yeah! Oh god, we missed one. Okay. Woo! Fox and Feels, your latest lasers and feelings hack. Oh my god, Kiana.
If there was some way I could take my love of drawing and turn it into a way of escape, nothing would make me happier. I wanted to create instead of tearing trees down. I wanted to move to the lower 48, not because I hated it there in Alaska, but I hated the idea of it. It's like all of that spite inside me had created this monster which followed me around my whole teenage years. I put so much energy into doing what others didn't expect of me. Why did I do that?
There's one fact you're forgetting, though. If you didn't have that fire in you, we probably would have never met.
You're absolutely right. Maybe the destination is all that matters in the end. But then why am I awake? Why am I seeing this fox go on her journey? And why can't I stop thinking about my dad?
See a therapist. Part 3. Ooh. This is what it looked like on the start menu. Might see a shiny over here. Yeah. There's something over here. What are you? What are you? Huh. Jump. Whoosh. Alright, little bouncy light. What's your deal? Aha! I had to do a little bow in time with it. Okay. That's one of 3. Interesting. Not seeing any diggy points. This music is gorgeous. Aha! Thing for us to go dig. Dig, 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 dig. Boop.
On our property, there were old abandoned pieces of a shed and car long left unused. I used to ask him all the time who those people were that left all this junk, and I'm sure he got so tired of hearing it that he made up some elaborate stories how a brown bear ate them and haunted the woods afterwards. What's funny is I think it made those people seem more real. Growing up thinking they were still hanging out like they couldn't say goodbye. I used to tell my friends how I could swear I saw spirits move near the water, and that always freaked them out. I guess it didn't bother me, because the way I saw it, they were normal people with old cars and sheds, just trying to figure out how to survive and be happy in the middle of nowhere. It was a cool thought that they didn't want to leave, but you know, I was a weird kid.
Well, you had good company since those ghosts like living in a place where they were brutally devoured.
I'm gonna get these. Yeah, I'm the best. Ain't no one foxes better than me. I've got myself pretty lost, to be honest. I can't be outfoxed? No.
Even at my most distant, at the times when I detested him the most, he kept reaching out. For a year straight, he asked me every week when we were going camping. I thought he was just dense. Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block campfire at the site we had always used behind the house.
That's what we saw at the beginning.
We walked down the mountain path, talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window. I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet, or how those massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set, my dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6. I hadn't even carved it. My dad had helped me, but I still called it my tree. Something about seeing my name there made me open up, and we talked about everything that night in that old camouflage tent. I told him how much I loved sketching and design, and how it would be a dream to study architecture in Seattle. I told him how I didn't get along with my friends much anymore, but that I didn't mind being alone. He told me he was there for me, and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a tree to finally get me to talk, He would have left me carved logs with novels on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why it took me that long to realize it, but it was then I knew how much he had sacrificed for me.
Oh. This guy's dad sounds like a really good dad.
My dad built a lot of stuff in his free time. If he wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom Clancy novels, he was carving
Oh
something.
well, hit or miss.
He made tons of birdhouses. Not that he was into bird watching, but I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own house, he would have to settle with watching birds move into their little homes. We kept an old mattress in the bed of that ugly yellow truck, so we would drive it deep into the woods and then watch the birds fly into their houses while the sun set. Usually it was accompanied by venison jerky or a cold Coke, but not a lot of talking, which is how we both liked it.
Ooh. What's going on over there? I want to take a look over here first. Make sure we're not missing anything. Nope, doesn't look like it. What's this? A computer. Aha. We would have missed this for sure. The music went away. Hasn't been doing that much. Alright, come on. Up you go. Up you go. Ooh, shinies. 1, 2, 3, and dig.
We were happiest underneath the evergreens. We decided it was time to finally map out the hundreds of acres we lived on just to pass the time during the summer. He was only free in the evenings, so I would spend the day wasting time on dial-up internet and sketching, and then we would rush into the woods, pen and map in hand, before evening fell. Sometimes the aurora borealis would cast a cold green glow on the mountainside, and we would finish our route underneath a twilight sky. Sometimes I was lonely during those summer days, but there was comfort in the routine.
A lot of teenagers aren't looking for the daily grind, though. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get out, to leave your childhood home. You wanted to progress, to make something of yourself.
Yeah, you're right. That house. I'm sure it's the same as how I left it. But then why does it feel so different?
I doubt you're the only adult to have looked back and asked that question.
This is sort of an ominous area. Big elephant graveyard from Lion King energy. Okay, can't get up there. Or can I? And then from here we... okay, never mind. Thought you could hide from me? I think not. Ooh. You. And then down here. Aha! The last one. Nice. Sounds like that Wall of Thorns might be out of our way now. Is there a faster way out of here? Can we climb this way? I wonder. No. Okay. Well, off we go. Oh, there's this. I don't know if we went this way. Okay, I think we've pretty thoroughly explored this area. So we come back out here. I wonder what the idea is behind us collecting those 3 lights, doing little bowing on the rocks. Because, I mean, on a core gameplay level, it's, oh, hello. Fishing boat. Fishing boat. This way. Fishing boat, huh? I don't see a fishing boat. I feel lied to. Shenanigans! Oh, I see a small boat. What's this boat have for us? Nothing. Just a boat. It's just a boat. Okay, so the blocks weren't lying, but we didn't need to go to the fishing boat. Okay. What I was saying is, from a pure gameplay perspective, like, obviously 3 checkpoints to clear before we can progress to the next area. Gives us a reason to go off to the sides a little bit. But, like, it feels a little unnecessary to have pure gameplay stuff here. Like, this game could be much more linear than it is, and that would be fine. Which is not me saying that it should be more linear, but it could be, and that would be okay. And so I'm curious if there's more of like a symbolic or metaphorical reason for that, or if it's just that the developer wanted things to take more time. I think his dad's dead. That's my impression, anyway. Which would explain why he's, like, feeling so hung up about his father. I see shinies. I would like the shinies, please. Shinies, please. A 1? A 2? And... a 3. Oh, hello.
The perpetrator stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong. My dad is dead, and he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry. For everything.
Oof. That is 2 of 3 fox kits dead. And you, motherfucker! There are no combat controls in this game, but I will find some! Get back here! Oh, shit! Hold on, I want the shinies. I want the shinies! I want the shinies! I would like shinies, please. Thank you. Ah, fuck. Come back here, shiny. You're mine. Ah, son of a bitch. Just one more. Ah, okay. Game having an emotional moment, just unveiling that the character's dad is dead. Dylan, shinies! I mean, look! The game told me to collect the points of light, so I want the points of light. Don't mind me. just ignore me. And enjoy the pretty video game. I'll just be over here. Look, I also want to track down the creepy wolf that's maybe killing our fox babies, but these are not mutually exclusive objectives, I don't think. This is a long road, or path. How did its dad die? Did we miss something? Yeah, they didn't say, so... Yeah, I'm not sure if perpetrator is referring strictly to the dream stuff, or if it also is referring to...
I need to go to bed. I just can't talk about this anymore. Good night.
Letters. I'm assuming over this hill will be part 4? Oh, hello. Whoa, this is fucking gorgeous. Hold on.
Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and I know you need space, but I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost. Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like?
Come back here.
You know what it's like not to have a mom at home. And you know how hard that made my childhood. What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds, and it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself. I think we both have always loved animals, and for me that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property line and wait at the fence for me, but only once in a while. I was sure to check every day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment. I would even steal money from my passed out dad just so I could buy these off-brand dog biscuits. Even when she did stop by, she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared? I think my dad was the opposite of your dad in almost every way, except he was in the military as well. He coped with alcohol of every kind. The trailer started falling apart, he got angry, and I withdrew. More and more I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami birds and carried dog biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids. And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so drawn to you. Life got worse and worse, and at one point, I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still intact. I had no real friends, let alone neighbors, since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed. Something I can't put into words. I summoned courage I didn't know I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike. I'll never forget that feeling of the wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat. I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly, and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my foster family. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you.
Oh, hello.
You have strength, Joseph, and you're not as alone as you think.
It's all just so pointless. Just waiting for life to happen. It's like having the home I always wanted is cursed out of my reach. The thought of being a parent myself. How could I do that when I couldn't even be a good son? I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I just don't know how things will work out. These quiet hours will turn into years. We'll wonder which roads passed us by.
Then we'll forge a new road together. Besides, I discovered for myself that one fateful morning where any hopeful road leads to. There may be thorns and mist, but it always leads to the same thing.
And what's that?
Family.
I'm so glad that you're part of my family, Rachel.
and I'm glad you're part of mine.
Hello. Big deer. I guess foxes are kind of small. The deer do not give any fucks, no. The relationship between Joseph and Rachel has not been established, but I'm pretty sure they're in a romantic relationship of some kind. Because they're in bed together. That's my impression, anyway. But they're definitely not related. Like, they're not siblings. That was a beautiful little interlude. I like the idea of people struggling to process their pasts, sort of helping guide each other through that that grief. Really beautiful image. Coming up on 100 of these things. 98. Aha, we're gonna break 100. 99. 101. Victory is mine. That's it, we won the game, I think, probably. Anything else to collect up here? No? Okay. Onward we go. Part 5. The music cutting out is a little awkward. Oh, hello, Rain.
The fox knew her last cub would be waiting for her at the first tree. She was almost there. The rain cascaded onto the jade valley where the entrance to the tree was.
Ah!
Life was protected there, because that's where life began. It was now only a mother and a daughter left. Items from my life still dotted the ground as she moved closer to her destination and destiny.
Fox parkour indeed. Ooh. Some big old rocks. Fox corn. Ah, okay. Let's get some height and see if we can find or see more things. Aha! Can. Hey! Sarah, thank you for the 5-month resub.
At the end of high school, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Drive. I looked into the best architecture schools on the West Coast and got a dose of reality when looking at other students' portfolios and the high cost of tuition. I still wanted to be something, to be the next Alvaro Siza, and to make those thousands of sketches worth something in my grand history. But now even an internship sounds impossible. Siza helped me understand how essential emotion is in architecture, and he also said light is the real composer of space. I like to think these glints of light, like not finding a job or even a strange dream about a fox, are something I should be thankful for, even if the illuminated space is something I'm less than comfortable with.
I am not an architecture nerd, so I have no idea if that guy's a real person. So far, the game's been pretty real-world referential, so I would not be surprised. Ugh. Come on, up the rock. Go, Foxy! Yes. Ah. Wasn't there a house, like, right here? I could have sworn I saw a building just over one of these hills a while back. Ah, cool. Actual architect.
My dad was super supportive with my college plans. To a point. Things were okay until this terrible accident happened. I guess a forklift flipped over due to a bad axle, and it crushed one of the workers there. My dad didn't eat for days, even though he wasn't directly involved. It devastated
There
him.
it is.
Not only did it hurt the business, but it just freaked him out. He would talk in his sleep, muttering things about firing people and saying sorry. One fateful day he approached me, said that since my school search wasn't going well, I should finally be a man and take over the family business. He said one day he was going to die, and that all of his work, sacrifice, and even that man's life would be wasted in vain.
Jesus.
I just lost it. Teenage me just exploded at the thought. I screwed up. I said things I shouldn't have. He was having a crisis, and I pretty much spit in his face.
I mean, you're not responsible for your parents' crises. I don't think. As a kid, even as a teenager, like, and that's not to say that teenagers aren't capable of shouldering and handling responsibility, because I think they are. But like, parent-child relationships are pretty much never on an equal footing. I think the responsibility there pretty squarely on Joseph's dad. That said, even not in a like parent-child dynamic, I think generally people are responsible for their own bad behavior and pressuring someone by saying that somebody else's death will be all for nothing if they don't do what you want them to is bad behavior. I think that counts. Hello? Hello? Can I come in? Eh. Hi. It's a house. Okay. Goodbye, house. Let's see if I can get up to the other one. It's kind of like a firehouse, maybe? Sad Fox Time's going okay, Jess. How are you? Something tells me I shouldn't be trying to go this way. Hey! Congratulations on getting Jib Part 2. Oh, hello, invisible wall. Rude. I'm here, though. I got here. It's a lumber mill. Huh. Yeah, we definitely weren't supposed to go up here. The game is trying real hard. Okay. Alright. Okay. Fine. You win, video game. It looks like there's a shiny over there. I think we have to go the long way for it. The music stopped again. Cheating the system, how dare. Yeah. I mean... Look. If you're gonna give me double jumps and stuff, I'm gonna try and double jump my way to places that I maybe should not be. That's just the way it is. Actually, if you give me any kind of jump, dash, movement ability of any kind, I'm gonna do that. If I see something interesting, I'm gonna want to go to it. That just... It's basic. Aha! Alright, what do you gotta say, Joseph?
Was that the last time you talked to him?
No, I called on holidays, and he would call on my birthday. I guess we acted like nothing ever happened, which was stupid. Didn't want to ask about his lumberyard, and I'm sure he didn't want to ask about my job search. I never went back and visited. I think the last conversation we had was about what movies we had seen and what exactly a best boy is in the credits. I thought he would be here so much longer.
Looks like we're coming up on the tree, maybe? Oh, motherfucker.
In the distance, the first tree illuminated the wasteland. She couldn't go home anymore. She did the only thing she was capable of. Moving forward. My dad died alone in the middle of the wilderness. I should have been talking to him more. I should have done a lot of things differently.
If the first tree on earth brought life with it, if it taught the birds to sing and fly and showed saplings how to grow, what could it do for us?
There was a letter I received yesterday from a name I didn't recognize, with a quote I can't stop thinking about. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. More and more, I'm realizing one important truth. Each of us have our own journey to the first tree, but sometimes I'm not sure I'm ready to take that first step.
You already have my love.
I don't have anything to say. This is... Oh. The first tree awakens and gently asks if there is one last message the fox wants to tell her children. She replies back and says, oh, Jesus. Yeah, each one's a character. Oh, Jesus. Damn.
I guess her journey was over. But I have no idea. It was only a dream, a distraction from tomorrow.
I don't think dreams normally bring back to memory so many important feelings. Maybe it was just a dream, but it was also a gift.
Yeah, I suppose. But tomorrow we're getting on a plane to the last place on Earth I want to be. The only person that would have made the trip worth it is gone.
You're going to see him and be with him one last time before you say goodbye. I have one last quote for you by Emerson, sealed in an imaginary letter from me to you. It is the secret of the world that all things subsist and do not die, but only retire a little from sight and afterward return again. Go to sleep, my love. We have a big day tomorrow, but I'll be there with you every step of the way.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. Good night, Rachel.
Good night, Joseph.
Six months later. Damn. Okay. Oh, hi. Hello, Rachel, I presume. Fuck. That was a lot. that was a lot. I mean, beautiful, but it's dark. There we go. Oh, telephone. Some doors. Where does this one go? Is that outside? Yeah. We'll do that later. This is cute. Nursery. Getting all painted. Can I open the fridge? Anything good in here? No. Got an Alaska sticker, which kind of makes me feel like we're back in his childhood home. Living room. Huh. Okay, let's go outside. Can I take the coat? It's cold in Alaska, I hear. Moving truck. Hello. Hi, Rachel. Wow. I like that the mountains look more realistic here. Like the terrain and everything is made to look more like actually real. And they kept it very stylized during the dream. It's a nice contrast. But I think we want to be going this way? Forward? Oh. That's the truck. Hello, truck. That really is an ugly truck. Oh, still got the mattress in the back. Okay, out this way. Did I leave the door open? I did. I'm a cretin. Ladder. Was I raised in a barn? I mean, I was a fox a minute ago. So maybe. Mail. Maybe this isn't where we're supposed to go. I don't know. Do I have jumps? I have single jumps. No double jumps. See if maybe there's something off to the side this way. I am no longer a sick dream fox. Damn it! Ah, what even is the point? A little stuck there. This seems right. Wow, so empty. Oh, what's down here? Looks like a car, maybe? Hoot hoot! Hello. Oh, it's the shed. And the old car, right, with the spirits. Hello, spirits. Hello, spirits. That made me nervous. Don't get eaten by a bear. Watch me. Okay, not out here. Suddenly it's just phasmophobia. Oh god. Oh, that's a fence. Eh. Ah, it's our little campsite. The cinder block fire. And a tent. And our chairs.
What the hell?
Hello? I got shivers. Run, Joseph, run! Hello, son. Yeah, we can't check our feet to see if we have shoes on. Come back here, Ghost Fox. Wow. Absolutely beautiful. Hello, Foxy.
What is this?
We think we have so much time, but it is never enough, nor is it guaranteed. Send as much love into the world as something. The Dock of the Foxes. Oh. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, that was a player message, and then mine is gonna. Yeah, that's good. Message to bears. Yep. That's really that's really good too. It ties into the thing that his dad said, where he was like, if I'd known writing in a tree would have gotten you to talk, I would have left logs with novels on them outside your door. That's like those last few years. Here we go. Would you like to anonymously submit your statement to the first tree to an online moderated database. It may appear randomly to other players. Yeah. Yeah, I would. Wow. Well, because so much of that, like, he was talking about how those last few years, they just sort of didn't talk. Like, they didn't communicate. Like, that space between them broke down. So, the idea that his dad wrote this message for him on a tree, it's like such a heavy hit, communicating this idea that he wanted to talk. But then obviously the message itself being this comforting thing. That's really beautiful. That's amazing. Wow. Okay. Whew. Oh. Huh. I'm fine. We are fine. Oh. That was great. That was really good. I'm gonna close the game. We're gonna go chat. We're gonna talk for a little bit about this game. I really liked that. I liked that a lot. There are some areas where I felt that its its scope. Well, maybe not a scope, but the aspect of it being a one-person team, I think held it back in a couple areas. Mostly visually, but overall, like, this is an ambitious game to try and make as one person, and I think it's quite well executed, and the message of it is really powerful. The ideas being communicated by this game are really, really strong. And I mentioned after we got through the section with the deer, that I really liked the concept of, people, Rachel and Joseph being two people who are grappling with their own past, being able to be there for each other, like neither one fixing the other necessarily, like neither one being like, here's the solution, here's the key, the puzzle piece, the whatever that you were looking for. Just having them both be there to support each other and guide each other through, I think, is a really beautiful image. And obviously that came up again at the end of the dream, with what she said about how it was going to be hard, but that she would be there. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. The game itself, in its store page, actually, it invites a comparison to Journey. Yeah, it says for fans of Journey, Firewatch, and Shelter. I can definitely see that. I can absolutely see the influence there and the overlap. But it was interesting. I was having a conversation recently with my parents, where I was like, one thing that I know for sure about myself as a parent is that it's going to be really important. Like, my kids are going to learn, they're going to have a video game education, right? Like, if and when I have kids, it's important to me that they play games from an early age. Not necessarily that to be good at it or go and become, like, I'm not trying to do the sports dad thing, but for esports. Like, it's just that I want my kids to be literate and incompetent in that space. I don't want them to like turn 15, suddenly realize that they wish they could play video games with their friends, but they, their friends have been playing games since they were a kid and they haven't. Because that is an experience, obviously, that people now have, where, especially along gendered lines, right? Often, more boy-leaning folks are encouraged to play video games and spend time becoming good at those when they're young, and more girl-leaning kids less so. And then a bunch of people are like, why don't women play the video games? Why are women worse at video games than men? Clearly, and like they aren't, but in the cases where that's a concern, a lot of the times it's just that basic video game literacy is a thing that I think a lot of people don't think about. Anyway, so I was having this conversation. I was like, I want my kids to play games, and I think one of the first games that I want my kids to play is Journey, because I think it's pretty simple and like communicates a lot of those basic game literacy ideas, and also it's fucking beautiful and great, and kid friendly, and my mother was like, well, I mean, they'll probably want to play current games. And I'm like, yeah, that's for sure true. Eventually at some point that they're gonna have games that they want to play. And she was like, but don't you think Journey's gonna look terrible? Don't you think Journey's gonna look bad by the time you have kids? And I don't think so. And this game sort of shows why. Because Journey is a very stylized game that its style complements its limitations, and vice versa. And so, like, in the same way that old pieces of art look good, like old paintings look good, I feel like I feel like Journey is going to look good in the future. I will say, though, that the first tree does not have that same benefit. And this is why I was talking about how I could feel that the size of the team held the game back in some areas, especially visually. Just sort of the choices that were made for setting, putting this in a highly detailed environment, even if it's stylized in the dream. Like, a forest is an area packed with detail. And you can definitely see, like, if, you dumped $1 million and 20 people on this game to, improve just, how foliage is scattered, the render pipeline for the game, because there's a lot of, distance pop-in stuff. You could, the game could look much better. But yeah, I just it was a fun little anecdote that I wanted to bring up, which is not to say that this game doesn't look good. It does. This game looks great. Could it be better? Yeah, but it's whatever. That's not the end of the world. Among Us could look better, and it's one of the most popular games on the planet. Yeah, I really liked this. I would give it, since we tend to give games a grade, I give it an 8 out of a 10. 8 out of 10. I think the visuals could be tightened up in a couple places, and I think, as much as I liked the writing, I think the voices could use another couple passes. Some of the performances were a little stilted, feels too strong. Just a little awkward, and not natural and comfortable. So So yeah. But I really liked it. I really liked it. And yeah, I mean, in terms of, this is the thing. This is the weird thing about critiquing and judging games, is that looking at the game itself without any outside context of like who made it and why and whatnot, that's sort of what I'm talking about. But when you bring in context of like who are the people working on the game and what does the game mean to them, then that has a certain impact on the game as well. I think this is a fantastic game. I absolutely recommend it. It was free on the Epic Game Store, and I think it might still be through tomorrow. Sorry to everyone watching this on YouTube, but it's normally only $10, so it's pretty affordable, and absolutely beautiful. And who knows? Maybe if you play it and you reach the end, you will get my message, because that's a possibility. What a wonderful, saddening, heart-touching experience. To you, YouTube, hello, hi. I'm trying to talk to you directly more often now. I hope that's not too weird. But I also hope that you enjoyed watching me play this game. And that you enjoy some other things on the channel. If you did like this and you want to do the YouTube thing where you press some buttons, the subscribe, the like, the leave a comment, whatever, that'd be awesome, obviously, but don't feel pressured. At the end of this video, there'll be an end card that recommends some games, some other games like this that I've played. It will almost certainly link to Journey or Abzu. So yeah, look forward to that. But thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your YouTube viewing session. Goodbye, YouTube.